Hello everyone, in this video I will be giving a lesson on how to use VLOOKUP in Excel. On the right here you can see that I have a table with names, numbers, and birthdays. On the left I have a little field here that I'm going to be turning into a search bar using the VLOOKUP formula. In order to begin, I need to go ahead and click here in cell Q8 and type equals VLOOKUP. Open parentheses. This begins my formula. Now, in this case, I want to be able to look up the phone numbers that correspond to any given name in the table. So the lookup value is going to be that given name. In this case, I want to be able to change my lookup value later on as I see fit. So instead of putting in a specific lookup value like Mark, all I'm going to do is click cell P8 to tell the formula that I want to be using whatever is in cell P8 as my lookup value. The next thing I'm going to do is specify the table array. But first, I need to type a comma to tell Excel that I'm no longer talking about the lookup value, and I'm instead now talking about the table array. In this case, my table array is going to be the range V6 through X11. In order to select that, as I just did, you can just click V6 and then drag your mouse all the way down to cell X11. That selects the entire range. The next thing I need to do is tell Excel which column my return value is going to come from. In this case, my return value is going to be a phone number. Why? Because I'm inputting a name as my lookup value in order to get a phone number in return, hence why it's called a return value. In this specific example, my return value is going to be found in column 2. Because in column 1 we have the names, and in column 2 we have the phone numbers. So I'm just going to go ahead and first type a comma to let it know that I'm done talking about my table array. And second, type the number 2. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is type one more comma to let it know that I'm done inputting the column index number. And then I'm going to go ahead and type false. Then I'm going to go ahead and type a closed parentheses to tell Excel that I am done with this formula and go ahead and hit enter. Now it's giving me an error. Why? Because there's no lookup value here in cell P8 that it can use to go find a corresponding phone number. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick a random name, let's say Adam in this case. And look, it now returns the phone number that corresponds to the name Adam. Now I can go ahead and change this to another name, and it will return the phone number that corresponds to that name. Now, let's say instead I wanted the birthday that corresponds to each name instead of the phone number that corresponds to each name. Well, I would only need to make a very slight modification, that being changing the 2 to a 3. Why? Because the birthdays are in column 3 and the numbers are in column 2. So if I want the numbers, I type 2 for column 2. And if I want the birthdays, I type 3 for column 3. Then I can hit enter, and now I'll get the birthday. Now, it's returning the birthday formatted as a number. So in order to get that formatted correctly as a date, like it is in the table, I need to right-click, go all the way down here to Format Cells, and then click Date. Then click OK, and now it formats it correctly as a date. If this video was helpful to you, please consider subscribing to the channel because I'm going to be posting a lot more Excel tutorials like this one that you can learn from. Thanks for watching and have a great day.